What's up, y'all? It's your man here, Leader Johnson. With a little technical difficulties, y'all was seeing me start here with this Villanova Radio, man. This is here, Villanova Radio on Follow the Leader on the Hardcore Sports Network, with a network that brings you all the raw podcasts, man. Check out all the live shows we got here at Hardcore Sports Network, man. We always turning up Hardcore Sports Network. Now, listen, Villanova Radio is going to be brought to y'all. Villanova Radio it was a part of the Follow the Leader, but really is Villanova Radio, man. I mean, it's the branch off of a brand, but it's going to be more standing by itself instead of Follow the Leader be in front of it. All Villanova Radio, and we're going to talk about this top 10 transfer class. Yeah, by 247, we got them ranked at the top number 6 was the class, man. And let's talk about some of these guys, man. A lot of these guys are big time, and it's really good to be excited about this class, man. I mean, this class right here is talented. Last year's class was good. You got Caden Lewis. You had Malachi Palmer, was from a 4-star. You had Duke Brennan coming through with a double-double. And I said he was going to get that double-double. And we'll talk more about that because Duke Brennan, shout out to him. He did get first-team Big Fives, just like Tyler Perkins. It was a good recruiting class coming in. You had Christian Jeffrey came in, and he impacted. Like, Braden Pierce was a good 5 in the backup. Certain guys just wanted to move on. Looking at this squad and looking at this team, man, Villanova men's basketball has a number 6 transfer class in the nation by 247, and rightfully so. And we're going to talk about and get just right down to business on just how good this class is. First off, man, you just got to be proud of Kevin Willard, Coach Norris, Greg Manning Jr., Ashley Howard. All these guys are keeping Villanova. It's going to be hard, man. This is how college basketball is going to be. You think you're going to have this squad this year, you can have a completely different squad. Notice what Villanova is doing, and I'm going to tell you these players and why it's so it's key and what makes this team going to be even better. Remember, I talked on Holy Nova, shout out Holy Nova podcast. Everywhere I said Villanova. I remember I said it about Neptune. I was unfortunately kind of wrong, but I wasn't wrong. But he just didn't exceed and get better. I mean, his third year. Listen, that last year, man, he did better than any other year. Neptune just ain't a better coach than Willard. It's just what it is. He ain't had the experience. Willard had the dog fight with the Big East before. He's been there. He's always going to the tournament. He's always making his program successful. This is what Willard does. And, like I said, Neptune came from Fordham. He went there. Really, they won like 2 games, and Neptune made them a 500 team. It was like 15-15, something like that. Did a great job. I remember keeping in contact with him when he was the head coach at LaSalle. Neptune. No, I remember keeping contact with Ashley Howard. My fault. But just keeping up with Neptune. And guys he came and recruited guys like DJ Gordon and Patrick Kelly had committed to him. And T. Simbala from Penn State was recently a commit. But anyway, going here, man, it's a better team. We're going to get things going. And it's just a better feel-good team, man. I mean, to rebound off of what you lost, Caden Lewis, let's talk about Caden Lewis. Caden Lewis is a good point guard. This year, he's not going to be able to be that point guard that they want. I was talking with one guy, a source, real close source with Caden Lewis, and is a big source with Merlin basketball. And we was talking about, him being drafted. He's not on boards to be drafted nowhere in this class. He's a guy you watch for next year. I mean, because if he comes through with Miami, right, and just say Caden Lewis get 15 a game, and I think he's looking to do more than that. I think he's going to try to get like 18. If he can buck 18, he's a first round. He's a lottery pick. If he can buck 18 and show the skill that he was showing, he's a lottery pick. If he can buck 15 and get you 5 assists, Caden Lewis is a first round pick, top 20. It's no doubt he can go as high as top 20. And as low as the middle of the first round. I think he's definitely drafted, and they're going to go with him because, young cats are always in. But Bryce Lindsey, Caden Lewis was getting paid $1.6 million. I guess I'm telling you, Miami had the bag. Miami did that with Lonnie Walker, man. I don't know for sure, but I'm just telling you, bags existed, and all of a sudden Lonnie Walker changes to go to Miami. And that's when Jay Wright got Colin Gillespie. But even thinking more into the fact of Villanova and what Villanova brings to the table right now, this is a good class, man. We're going to break this down. We are going to break this down. I wanted to say Kevin Willard is that's a great job what they did so fast, man. I was talking to one Villanova, close to Villanova, about Elijah Crawford, man, and that's just we're gonna break this down, man. We gotta break this down, okay? First off, this is the top 6 recruiting class right here, man. Elijah Crawford, former 3-star, big time handles, man, out of high school. Definitely an impressive prospect, the guy. I rated him a 4-star, dynamic high level point guard, super dribble, and what he did at Illinois, Chicago is evident. Devin Royal was the number 1 player out of high school in his class, if I'm not mistaken, it's 2023. And he was a power forward. He was number 1 out of high school, top 50 recruit. Power forward, remember, he was recruited as a power forward. We're going to come back to that. Kwame Evans, we're talking about top 20 recruit. I remember his shout out to his father, man, good family, Merlin base. This is going to be a big year for him, man. He's just a guy that's just waiting to just show his he's an all-around talent. He could do everything, fill up the stat sheet, everything, block, steals, assists, rebound. This is his year. And the crazy part is NBA scouts salivate over Kwame Evans, man. They have been waiting to see what happens, man. Shout out to AAU program that held them down, man. If I'm keeping this right, it's Team Mello. Team Mello was Kwame Evans' stomping grounds, and man, he was so talented. And I was like, yeah, man. So this is gonna be real good to see him. Jake Fegan is another guy. He wasn't even ranked out of high school, and check that out, 17 points a game coming in. We're gonna talk about that guy. Tyler Perkins, unbelievable, a real good freshman year, double figures, 12 a game with Penn. And now he's the Big 5 first team All-American, most improved Biggies, most improved player. Then you got Matthew Hodge, the sought after recruit out of Jersey. They made him return back because everybody in the country was after him. So let's talk about that. Go down to the important stats let's go down to the important stats, man. I think, no question, when you talk about these guys, you talking about impacting players. Daryl Simmons was a 2-star point guard, man. Okay? Just let everybody know it ain't about where you was ranked. It's how you bring it into college. And 16.4 points a game, 2.8 assists, and 42% from the field. Follow me on Instagram. I definitely said Villanova Splash Brother number 1. 42% from the field. This man can get buckets. Get buckets, man. Come down to that. You got Elijah Crawford, star point guard for the Illinois Chicago Flames. Daryl Simmons came from the St. Bonaventure Bonnies, man. He was a star point guard there. Elijah Crawford, star point guard for the Illinois Chicago Flames, 14 points a game, 2.9 rebounds, 4.9 assists. He's a killer, man. Wait till he get the ball. And the thing about that, I think Kate Lewis probably wanted the ball to shoot more. We'll see. Bryce Lindsey probably just got a bigger bag, man. That's just all that happened. Because he was getting definitely the ball to shoot. He kind of slumped down toward the end. My bad. Devin Royal, star small forward for the Buckeyes. Small forward, power forward, star forward. He was 13.7 points, 5.7 rebounds, 47% from the field, and the key point, 80% from the free throw line. Grown man. He get in there, he get fouled, he's going to make it count. He's going to be physical. He's going to be it's really good to have him, man. Oregon transfer. My bad. I got to say, he was Ohio State transfer. Ohio State transfer, Devin Royal, former 4-star. Oregon transfer, Kwame Evans Jr., man, former top 20 prospect, one of those guys, man. 13.3 points a game, 7.4 rebounds, 2.0 assists, 1.3 blocks, and 1.0 steals. All right, listen, man. You got to really understand just how good those recruits, the guys I just named, and we ain't finished. Like, we not finished. I got other guys to go to because this is all a big point. I haven't even finished because we got 3 other guys to talk about. Really 4. Villanova, like, you got to understand where Villanova is going with this group of talent. And how do they get them so quick? Like, man, I mean, through history, I'm just loving Villanova's play and how they recruit people. Now, let's go to this, man. Let's go to number one. We go here and we talk about Adam Omidoc, man. Adam Omidoc is a high-level 4-star, elite, high-level talent to me. I think he's a 5-star. I mean, this guy can really play, man. He can really ball. And I talk with a source close to the team. I never can say names, man. So, and they think he's ready. Think about that guard position and him going to the 3 and what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Like that guard position and him going to the 3, he could play some of that. And this guy could shoot, he could pass. I mean, 6'4", 6'5". It's really going to be something to have him in there. He comes right on time. Flipped him from St. John's. Shout out and much love to all Big 5 first team Tyler Perkins, man. Listen, you got to understand. I mean, he works hard, really became a better rebounder. I mean, really like what he's going to bring. I'm really excited about him. He's all first team next year. I just think he's a candidate with his experience and what he's done to be a player of the year. He's a player of the year candidate to me. I mean, Tyler Perkins is that guy to watch out for. He's another guy that can shoot 36% from the field as we go. And I tell you about the guys we didn't talk about that we missed. Cornell transfer, Jake Fegan. That's one guy right there. Average 17 points a game. He's here. Jake Fegan is here. That's going to be a big time killer. I was telling y'all before, and if you look at my Twitter, I was like, they like Jake Fegan, but they were saying that it was other guys they were looking at. They were trying to weigh their options. So I said he could. So that's when I put up on the Twitter. I was like, he could commit, but we'll see. He's still there, but Villanova has other visits to make, and that was it. Then all of a sudden, you see the DJ Wagner thing pop off. DJ Wagner thing pops off, and you don't get that to happen. And so all of a sudden, here comes Fegan. Fegan's open now. So then we go to another man who signed, Kwame Evans, man. He's going to be fun to watch in the Big East. Big East is tough, a lot of competition. And to see Kwame back close to home, he should have always been a Villanova Wildcat, man. You can say what you want. Should have always been a Villanova Wildcat to me. I'm saying. I feel like that Kwame Evans should have definitely been a Villanova Wildcat. Stayed close to home, But man, it's gonna be great to see him there, man. Like I say, shout out to the Evans family again. Shout out to everybody in his circle. He is gonna be a star player. Another guy, man, Devin Royal, man. He a grown man. I'm telling you, he's physical there. He could drive, take you from the top of the key, drive to the hole. He got moves, and he's physical. You ain't gonna be able to move him. You ain't gonna be able to guard this guy. Like I say, number one player. I stated it was number one player out of high school, coming out of college. I mean, top 50 player, really. He was like 52nd ranked for 247 Sports in the nation in his class. So you to getting a guy that's ready. And I'm telling you, he's the type of guy. Let's talk about Kwame and let's talk about Fegan. Let's talk about Fitz. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. The Fitz. Like, Devin's going to play some 3 and some 4. And don't be surprised if some lineups they say we're going to put 5 because he's a physical guy like that. There's some lineups you might put him there for offense, and if you can guard the 5, he's a physical guy, man. And will he start? We will see. You got Matthew Hodge, Devin Royal, and Kwame Evans. You still got the ability to Omi Doc and Perkins being able to play the 3. So we're just going to see how that goes right there. I mean, will Hodge start or will Hodge back up? And I think he would be more dangerous. I mean, I think both of them could be there, man. You just don't know. We're going to talk about that, man. Jake Fegan, man, having him here is big. And he's going to be looked at. When you're in Nova, you get looked at for drafts. You get looked at for the draft. And he's going to be a guy to look at because he can definitely shoot in it. Looking at just how good he is, the Splash Brothers, him and Daryl Simmons, man. Then you got Perkins, and look, Perkins can light it up. And then Hodge, man, Hodge can really. Him and Evans are probably the most talented all around players on the team. I'm talking about all around. They can do so much with the basketball, man. Like, it's really unfortunate to have them two there. Maybe Hodge backs up Evans and Royal starts. I mean, I think Hodge would benefit from just sitting back real quick and just letting Royal and Evans do their thing. All right, Duke Brennan, shout out, all Big 5. He came here impacted. He's a Nova legend, man. Nova legend, whatever, man. He came with, talk about transferred it, whatever. He came here and he saw and he conquered. Duke Brennan, shout out to him, man. Big things here, man. Daryl Simmons was a big commit to me, man. That was crazy. Like, out of nowhere. I just knew I knew what was going on. I knew some talks was going on. Listen, if y'all saw my Twitter, I was putting it out. And then when I got the confirmation, I made a call and got the confirmation. I put it out. I said, Villanova is going to, Daryl Simmons is expected to commit to Nova. Because I asked the question, they was like, the person was like, yeah, but I'm hearing it's a confirmation, but I still got to hear more. You know what I'm saying? We thinking, yeah, but I was like, oh, okay. So I put it out there, even if something would have changed. See, that's what I'm saying to y'all. I put things out there and I get confirmation. If something changes, it changes. And what happened was Daryl Simmons ended up committing. Like listen, I got it from not telling you who it was, but I got it from a source close to the team. And that I asked the question because I heard it from a St. Bonnie's analyst. That's where I first heard it from. I got the word from them that Daryl Simmons is gone, but Daryl Buddy Simmons is going to commit to Villanova. And then all of a sudden, I make my call, and then I'm hearing this. He said, yeah, I'm hearing that's going to happen, but I haven't got, he ain't committed yet, but I'm hearing it's going to happen. So I made the call on Twitter. And the next thing you know, boom, Daryl Simmons ended up committing like about, I ended up checking Twitter like 3 hours later, and I saw the post was up 3 hours later, and I looked at my post, and it was like 5 hours later. Like, I got to, you know what I mean? So I was like, it's stuff be passing me so much. So that was such a good commit, man, to get him and Fegan. Oh my gosh, man. What is the matchups? So now that's Elijah Crawford, who's another guy. Listen, Elijah Crawford comes through, and then we're gonna talk about this. I'm just going real fast. Listen, Nico Onyekwere, man. 3-star, 2025 3-star, played Long Island Lutheran with Cayenne Anthony. Let me tell y'all about this guy, man. Very talented, athletic guy. He just hasn't put it down. He hasn't wrote his resume yet. You see the talent. He's where he was working on the mid-range jumper. The mid-range jumper was solid, and it's getting better. So he got that. Then he's an elite rebounder and elite shot blocker. So that's one thing. You got a guy that's going to rebound. He's going to run the floor. He can play above the rim. And you got guys like a Jaja Crawford and Daryl Simmons that can pass the ball. Doc that can pass the ball. He's a good passer. Hodge, he can pass the ball. With him, he's going to eat. And then if that mid-range jumper, listen, where is that right now? I'm seeing 7 points a game. But at rebounding, I'm seeing 9 and 2 blocks. I think, listen, if you want to say 1.3 and 7.7, let's say that. So he's 7.7 and 1.3 blocks. And he's hitting 59% from the field. That's what I see at his lowest. At the highest, man, I'm seeing 9, 10, and 2.5 blocks. 9, 10, and 2.5 blocks. That's what I'm seeing at his highest potential, man. I mean, the guy's going to definitely add the defense that we didn't have last year at 7'1". And he's athletic and agile. I mean, the sky's the limit on how good he can get. If he can improve, if he gets more moves to his offensive arsenal, if you've seen him play along, you see him do some moves, but consistently getting that ball and putting it down there is the thing. When he masters those moves, it's on. And that's why he became a 3-star, because they saw the talent of him in the country out of New York. They saw it already. They saw what type of guy he was. He was definitely one of those centers to watch going into the Division I. And I think this guy's going to go to the next level and put Villanova better on because of defense and inside the post. We lose him, Duke Brennan, double-double. He's going to replace that. As far as being a scorer, he won't be that scorer like Duke was that I see right now. So we could say 7 and 7, or we could and 1.3, or 9, 10, and 2.5. No question. I feel like this guy is going to be one of those guys to help this team. We needed a center. For people to say, oh, we got Nico. Nico was a 3-star in last year's impressive class. It's crazy. He was a 3-star in last year's impressive class. Going back to this team, let's talk about the roster. Talk about the roster before we roll out of here, man. The roster, let's talk about this. Devin Royal, let's say Devin Royal, Kwame Evans. Devin Royal. Let me get back, y'all, on y'all. Listen. Devin Royal, Kwame Evans, Elijah Crawford, Tyler Perkins. All right. And Nico Onyekwere. Because I asked a close source of the team was, do you think Kwame Evans will play center? And nah. That is not going to play center. Like I even was like fishing around the conversation, but we kind of went away from it about possibly him playing some roles at the 5. And I'm pretty sure they'll do that. Like some lineups where they put him in there for a couple of minutes or, for a minute, just a defensive. But Kwame is going to be a power forward. And, man, it's going to be a big season. I see Kwame having a 15, 8. Man, it's crazy because I think he can really be a double-digit rebounder. He's already at the 7 rebound mark, man. I just at 6'10", and then you got a 7'1" guy. Because we're going to see. It's a lot to talk about on their roster part. But no, let me get to it. We got a 6'10" guy and a 7'1". Last year was a 6'10" and a 6'8". That's Matthew Hodge. 6'9", I mean. 6'8", 6'9". Matthew Hodge and Duke Brennan. Now you get bigger if you put Nico in there. And we're going to talk about his chances of starting. Because they're still going after a center. They're looking right now. It's guys they're looking at. So don't expect them to just fly off a center. They're looking for centers as we speak. Nico is good because he's going to get time. I asked my questions about him. Yeah, he's going to get a chance to work and get time. I see Nico getting time. Look how Braden Pierce got time. They redshirted Nico for a reason. It's a reason why they redshirted Nico. The talent that he has, they want to explore. And he's faster than Braden Pierce. He's faster than Duke, more athletic, can jump higher. Like, this guy's an athlete. So you can do a lot of things with him. If he just develops the offensive moves back to the basket, he has a mid-range jumper. He has some inside moves, but develop more and develop more consistent. So when they can give you the ball and it's like, uh-oh. But with just what he got, he can get 7 and 9 a game. He can get that. He can get that. And he can get 7 to 10 rebounds. He can get that. He can get 1.3 to 2.5. He's 7'1". He can jump out the gym. You see him play in Long Island Lutheran? He was a defensive presence. He's swatting anything coming around his way. And he's 7'1". He ain't adding bonus size, which is like 6'9", 6'10". He's 7'1". Boner can block your shot. Eddie Boner for the Sixers was a top recruit, 5-star. He can block you. He was like top 20. He can block your shot. Wow. And he can leap. Just think if he was 7'1". He might be a star center right now because I know people talking about him, but listen, Eddie Boner is good. But that's what I'm saying with Nico. Nico's kind of like that. He's 7'1", long arms, swat you. So now we got I think no doubt he's going to have a presence. How much of his presence? If he starts, I said 7-7 and 9-10. But if he don't start, I'm seeing like 5 points a game. I see 5 points a game. He's going to be able to score in the post and play above the rim and get 5 points a game and get rebounds and put him back and get 5 points a game. I think they're going to give him time. They wouldn't have even wanted to bring him back. That wouldn't even been a question. They would have went somewhere else. Nova would do that. Look what happened to Malachi Palmer, Christian Jeffrey. We don't know the actual story of that, but they're gone. And it's like they didn't try to – I'm pretty sure they tried to persuade them back. But them guys, I think Jeffrey thought he should get more time and try to start somewhere to try to get some more money somewhere. And Malachi Palmer had a good, shot. So he probably thought, hey, man, maybe I can go somewhere and start. We're going to see how that goes with them. I'm going to keep up with that because if I don't know yet where they committed, y'all good to let me know, man. But I'm into finding out whatever if I don't know now because things happen so fast. But shout out to him and everything, but this was the best position for him to come out and be on the bench. And they left. They saw Devin Roy, all these guys coming. They was like, oh, man. But I don't know the story. Was they told they had to roll out? And that's what I'm going to hear. Look, because when I called the source close to the team, I heard a lot of these. I was like, listen, I started hearing about people leaving. So I was like, I made a call. And then they was like, what you hearing? And I'm saying this might be going on. Maybe that person didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So that was like different word. I don't really know what to say about that. But they're gone. But Nico returns because Nico entered the transfer portal. And now he returns. So that means the team went after him and said, yo, we going to give you time. He's going to get time. Whether he starts or not, I don't know. Because they are looking for a center. We're going to see what happens with that. Listen, this 2026 class, I'm going to tell you, after Omidoc, there's a Carter Fisk. Carter Fisk, 2026 point guard out of Maryland, Baltimore Sun Player of the Year. Watch out. I think he could commit to Nova. I didn't see Omidoc a mile away, but meaning I know they snipers. This Nova class snipers, man. They flipping major recruits. That was a big turning point for the Nova legacy for them to be able to do that because with Neptune, everybody had a problem. And then he had a good class with Malcolm Thomas and Matthew Hodge and all those guys. That was a good class. But, Jay Wright was such a power recruiting with Ashley Howard and Baker Dunleavy and George Halkovich. People are used to what was so great. And so, and even though they did Neptune and their staff did a great job with Mike Nardi and Dwayne Anderson, them guys did a great job, man. And Howard was there. Now Howard retained such a great to retain Howard, man. He's such powerful in the recruiting of Villanova through the legacy in the years and to keep his PA, New Jersey, all over presence. It was huge. And you look at this and you look at Devin Roy, you look at all these guys, and now the Omidoc flip was big. That's Patino. That was big in the legacy of Nova. And that was a change and shift. We got Caden Lewis here, who also was a Nova, wanted him, but didn't get him because Kentucky. Boom, boom, boom. Malachi Palmer, they gave him an offer. One of him, he committed to Maryland. Christian Jeffrey, another one, he committed to Maryland. So all these guys came back, and that was a big hit up for the Nova recruiting. Then this Omi Dog flip, it was great. It was great. Nova is back to the legacy of what it used to have. Also, when you look at 2026, Faber Eby is a guy. I'm gonna tell you what I got from the conversation, that they're waiting. They don't know. It's 50-50 because it ain't as sure as I once thought. I think you know what? If I had to pick and just gamble, you know what I mean? If I'm looking at what I heard, it's 50-50. Like right now, they want him. EB loves Villanova, but EB's listening to other schools right now. So he's favoring them hard. What I think he commits, I think it could happen. If I had to say, I say it's 50-50 right now. It's just 50-50. Or even if I want to make you say, I could still say 60-40. I could do that. I think he's favoring Nova big time. He's just listening to offers. He's a center. He's one of the best centers in the country. And that class is that coaching staff is cool with him. It's something to watch, man. Just watch out for that. So it's Faber Eby. What do I think Carter Fisk is going to commit? Faber Eby, we're just gonna see how it goes. I got to do more. I got to talk to him. I remember talking to him. I haven't called and made no calls to him, so I will make my calls, man. Holy Nova, shout out everybody. Tommy Guy and Dylan Johnson, man, do your things, man. David, my guy, David C's, I'm gonna say, man. I don't know how to say your last name. You know what I'm talking about. A youngster. He just did the interview with Jay Wright. Shout out, man. Villanova. Shout out to VU Hoops. Shout out to everybody doing their thing, man. But you know, VU Sports is the VU Sports is the VU Sports. Number one. VU Sports is number one. We give you the news. We give you everything, every Villanova sports, not just basketball, not just football. And I got a couple of podcasts coming, y'all. Anna Foley. And also it's another recruit that Coach Dillon has picked up that I'm going to talk about. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? It's another one. Yeah, that's the next one we going at. And then Hayden French, wide receiver. This 2026 class is, whoa. What? This is crazy. This 2020, we got Andrew Esposito, Josiah Brown. These receivers is different, though. Oh, my God. So we like to see the quarterback and what's going to happen with the quarterback position is big and huge. Like, and then, man, it's crazy right now. Crazy. Like, that class is fun to look at, man. People like Abu Fafana and oh my God, man. Brandon Wade Jr., Nolan DeLucci. Yo, oh man, Donovan Lifcomb, man. Colin Gurley, like Jackson. Yo, this class is crazy. But I know I'm in basketball. I'm sorry. Listen, more about it. Listen, this is the class, man. This is it. This is what we're supposed to do. This is Villanova did that fast. Look, I was talking about Kwame. I remember talking to a source, man. Let me go back to y'all, man. And the source was like, Kwame. I said, listen, Kwame going to visit it. And then the source is close to Kwame. He was telling me, hey, man, they got to get a roster, though, man. You know, Kwame looking to win and all that. But Kwame was also cool with the other staff, was cool with the coaching staff of Villanova. You know, so I was like, man, Villanova do it quick, man, like they did last year. That was fast what they did with Caden Lewis. To get a Caden Lewis to commit, and Bryce Lindsey comes over and becomes that guy, right? He fell off a little, but, you know, he came and got a name. By doing it in the Big East, 12 a game, you got a name now. Just playing in the Big East, Braden Pierce, they look at your high school, where you at, and that's it. And this is what happened. Long story short, this is what happened. They recruit so fast. And they did this quick. The guys that these guys are, they were stars at their other team. Who knows who they could have went? Crawford had so many people going after him. Buddy Simmons, people were after these guys. Devin Royal, what? People were, Jake Fegan, they were after, listen, Jake Fegan might have had, now he might have had the less, but he had some people too. Fegan could have been gone. Northwestern, this is about money. Okay, we don't care about where you going to go. Where you getting the money at? We're paying it. And he took it with Nova, man. Because he want to win too. So, listen, man, we're going to come back. I'll let y'all know I'll be scheduling talking Villanova women's basketball, and I have another Villanova radio talking about the Hayden French commission and commit to the 2026 class and what they have with the transfers. Villanova looks good next year. Villanova looks like they are ready to play. I'm gonna find out more about the quarterback. All right, man. I got some calls to talk to some sources close to the football team. And I'll find out more about this roster for y'all, man. I found out more about this roster for y'all for the football team. And sources close to the women's basketball team, I will be talking to them. Just getting more and more, man, because I think Dylan is ready. But, yo, I'm out of here, man. This is Villanova Radio. We out. Follow the leader, man. All right?